Here we go.
We're live. Oh my goodness. What's up, fanboys and fangirls? I'm Luke, and this is
Do it.
beautiful Brett.
Yeah, that's right.
You got me. You got me.
We're
It's the Luke and Brett show.
we're missing. We have a hole in our heart this week. It can't be filled by anyone but Tyler, and he's not here.
And he's gone for the little vacay.
Hopefully not forever.
Oh, geez, I hope not.
Dude, what if he gets back and he has to quarantine? We'll just Skype him in or something, right?
Yeah. We'll phone him in.
There we go.
You can ring in.
I think that works.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
Can we get an old-timey rotary phone that he can call into?
Oh, absolutely.
He can call in and ask all the Fanbox questions. Hi, I was wondering. But no, yeah, Tyler's gone, so it's Luke and Brett again. We're gonna try and not
Oh, this is gonna be a train
drive
wreck.
this boat straight into the
This
island.
is
We're gonna try and
absolutely
talk.
already a train wreck, and I intend to keep it that way.
Good.
My hair is going everywhere.
We have a long bad hair crew going this.
I
week.
got the little Superman curl that kind of comes down. Unfortunately, I'm not nearly as yoked as Superman.
I'm nowhere near. I'm more of a Superboy. I guess I'm closer though because I have the shirt. Does that
Oh,
count?
yeah. No, I think that does.
Yes.
Oh. That's supposed to be muted.
Good job, Brett.
Real professional of us.
Keep crashing this thing. We're doing good. We're doing good.
So what have you been up to this week?
Did a couple things. I guess real quick. It came out 2 years ago. I watched Annihilation yesterday.
Yeah.
It had been a long time since I'd seen that. I don't think I'd actually watched it since I bought it.
Okay.
I didn't want it to go stale. Anyway, I'm gonna have to watch it again because now I'm all confused. I thought I understood it.
You thought you had it nailed down, and now you don't.
And I watched that movie and I'm like, oh yeah, I get it now. And then they show the very last thing in the movie. I'm like, nope. Nah, it confused me again. But that is a fantastic movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to watch a crazy sci-fi thriller,
Is it?
go check that out.
Is it streaming anywhere?
I feel like it's on Hulu. I feel like last time we talked about when we were recommending stuff for quarantine watching, I feel like it was on Hulu.
Yeah. It looks like if you have Hulu, it is on there.
Nailed it. Yeah, watch that movie. It's really good. What else have I been doing? The game I talked about last week.
Yeah, The Last of Us Part 2.
The Last of Us Part 2.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Don't worry. I will not spoil anything.
I mute my notifications, and they absolutely do not mute.
You're gonna have to do a hard reboot. Anyway, I beat The Last of Us Part 2. I stand by everything I said last week, and I might up it a little bit. It's an all-timer for me. Not number one. The Last of Us 1 is still there. I definitely would put it in my top 5. Just a really powerful story. It's a heavy game. It really kind of gets you thinking. It's about revenge and hate is what fuels the game. But if you look behind that, there's this message about empathy, and it's just really incredible.
Nice.
They do a really good job of telling the story, and I really, really enjoyed all the characters. I love how they allude kind of like this is the character you start as, but you can see them in a different light by the end of the game, comparing them to another character, and it's like, oh wow, like this game got me thinking. I was thinking about it all weekend because I beat it Friday.
Nice.
I was trying to listen to the soundtrack, but then I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I was like, wow, I need to work. Probably.
Maybe a little bit.
I probably cried 10 times throughout that game.
Wow.
Not full on, just like a tear sometimes. Sometimes full on, like at the very end. But yeah, that. Don't tell me how to live my life.
Okay, well, no one will be able to hear you, so.
Nah, I shout a little bit. If I get too excited, then I yell really loud into it. And then
You don't get that excited that often.
True. But you never know when it's going to happen.
That's a good point.
Anywho. Last of Us 2, incredible game. I didn't know what to give it last week, a fanboy worthy or a booyah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would give it a booyah, but only if you have to play the first one first.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's a game you need to play if you have a PS4. I think there's my review finished. I'm excited to go in New Game Plus. When games have New Game Plus. I have all my stuff unlocked, at least for the most part, so I can start at the beginning with the guns I get at the end.
That's great.
So I can just rake people.
That's awesome.
So I'm excited. What else did I do? I'm having trouble remembering. The other thing I did was this week, HBO Max and DC Universe, they have a show together in Doom Patrol, originally on DC Universe. They started dropping episodes for season 2 this week.
Ooh.
And they released the first 3 episodes. I watched all 3, and I am very, very excited and happy with what I got. I think this season is going to be a lot of fun. And I'm excited to see where they take the characters, because at the end of season 1, there's a lot of revelations, and they're not really in a too good of a spot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited with where that takes them. One thing I'm nervous about with it is the villain from the first season isn't going to have as big as role this season. And it honestly kind of changes the tone a bit. Because that character he breaks the fourth wall.
Okay.
He talks to the audience and he explains things, and he's like, why are you doing that? We're in a TV show that's on a streaming service with comic books. And people are like, what? But yeah, he's not a part of it right now. And so I'm wondering what that's going to be like. But so far, it's been really good. Doom Patrol was one of my favorite shows of last year. Last year? Did it come out last year?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it wasn't at the end of last year, like fall-ish.
I think so. It was my favorite show for the longest time, I think, until Mindhunter came out.
Oh, freaking Mindhunter. Such a good... If that doesn't get renewed, I'm going to be super sad.
I will be probably depressed for a good week if I don't get to see what happens in that. That's a great show.
That's a good show.
That's one of Netflix's best shows. But yeah, that's everything I did. I mean, I played Destiny some more. I'm back in Destiny because The Last of Us 2 has been completed.
Yep. Love it.
The grind continues.
Yeah. Awesome. Good.
But what about you? What'd you do?
I did a few things actually. I finished Harley Quinn season 2.
Is it over?
It is. It's significantly shorter. I think it's like 13 or 14 episodes.
Oh wow! Usually they tweet out like the season finale. Here we go, and it's like, okay, I can start catching up now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Now I guess I have something else.
Now you can binge it. Man, it's really good. And the more I think about it, the more I think I like it. I think I might even like it more than the first season. The first season is so good because it brings all these characters that you know into this like weird world with characters you don't know. Unless you're like hardcore comic fan, right? Hardcore DC, you knew who King Shark was.
King Shark and Kite Man.
I didn't know who Kite Man was before watching the first season. And And so to see now, season 2 is really a world without necessarily those classic DC heroes and villains, and it's more about Harley and her crew and that like personal growth and character development there. I'm always there for character development, so
I'm with you.
I don't think it was quite as action packed, but I don't think it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the stuff with Jim Gordon is just always so funny.
You're a good cop, Jim.
Overall, I'd probably give it it's a pretty easy fanboy worthy for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty raunchy in terms of like it doesn't hold back. It's definitely mature rated / if it was a movie, be rated R.
Oh yeah.
But if you're okay with that kind of stuff, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's so funny.
It's out of all those raunchy animated shows like the Rex and Mortys and all those, it's really the only one I've liked. Probably because it's got DC characters in it. Because it's usually not my thing. But I think having those characters helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Know who they are.
And it doesn't get, it's not nearly as meta as something like Rick and Morty. Like Rick and Morty is meta on this whole other intellectual level. And this one is not as like intellectually meta. It's just there to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So
let's have fun with some DC villains and minor characters. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Sweet.
I also started watching a couple HBO shows. So no reviews, just kind of first impression. Perry Mason.
That's the Mark Ruff.
No.
Edward Norton. Who's in it?
That is. It's not Ed Norton, but it's kind of an Ed Norton lookalike.
Like
yeah. It's really good, actually.
I gotta look it up, darn it.
So they've got the first 2 episodes out right now. Kind of feels it's a 1930s crime drama detective story. I'm really enjoying it. It's hard for me to recommend right now just because I don't know where they're going with it.
Oh, it's Matthew Rhys.
Yeah.
Okay, from The Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Great actor.
Yeah. But it's got really, really good characters. Really interesting where they kind of are all over the place. Because it's not totally grounded in like it's very real. It feels very real, but like they've got kind of this like there's this very popular cultish, churchish movement that's happening along the same time, and it's dealing with like the public during the Great Recession and dealing with there's not a lot of food, and then there's this murder, and then there's kind of a mystery around who is this family with the murder, and it's setting up to be pretty interesting. I don't think it's probably going to hit that like True Detective
season 1 level.
Right. But I think it's got a good trajectory at this point.
Sweet. Check it out. How many episodes are out?
Just 2 right now.
2? Okay.
Yeah. I think they have new ones every Monday. Maybe there's another one out tonight. I don't know.
Check it out.
I binge them, so I've not been following them week to week yet. I will now.
Binge is life.
I will at this point. And then the other thing, man, I'm kind of on like a dark streak here.
What's the most violent, dark, gritty TV show I can watch?
I started a new series also on HBO called I'll Be Gone in the Dark. And this is real. This is a true crime. It's almost a true crime. It's a book based on a podcast / blog of like rediscovering who the Golden State Killer is. Yeah. And it's just the one episode, but I think it's really interesting because it's not just a documentary about the crimes. It's kind of going in parallel between the author of the book, who is Patton Oswalt's late wife. I cannot remember her name. Not Mary. Something I'm gonna look it up because I need to give her the
Credit.
Gone in the Dark. Michelle McNamara. Luke's breaking his chair.
Oh, maybe don't lean back.
So it kind of like, it seems like it's paralleling her story about investigating this unsolved crimes, series of crimes, which started out as rapes and elevated to murders, and like her addiction to like figuring this out with almost like the killer's addiction, and like it's really very cool.
I haven't listened to the podcast it's based on that's influenced it, but I've listened to a different one, and it's pretty wild.
Yeah, there's also a book.
There's
so
a lot.
yeah. So if you don't have HBO and you're so curious about it and you'd rather read about it, I'll Be Gone in the Dark is also a book you can buy. So very, very cool. And I think it's interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, right. It's
Interesting.
It's cool in circumstance.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll just agree there.
No, it's really interesting because some of that whole case is in the news nationally right now as well. So if you don't want spoilers, don't look anything up. If you don't care about spoilers, go look it up. It's kind of interesting.
I know a little bit.
Yeah. So other than that, I haven't done a whole lot more.
Rocking the Disintegration.
Playing a little more Disintegration, going back to the campaign on like hard mode. It's pretty tough. It really makes you utilize your units, and
Something I won't do.
and hopefully, just play on story mode. You just
Wow.
although it does kind of have a nice little, it's New Game Plus-esque, where it's like you spend your whole like time playing the campaign, leveling up your crew, and when you go back and play old missions, you still have your leveled up crew, so you can just like run over fools.
Love it.
You can speed run some of those levels in like 10 minutes.
I loved going back in on like Batman Arkham City and Arkham Knight, which is all my gear. And just all these combo options and just wrecking these level 1 baddies, and you're just like, get out of my way. I'm Batman.
What are you doing here?
Is that everything we did?
That was everything I did.
Nothing else I can think of.
Tyler, did you do it? Oh, he's not here.
What a loser.
Sad face. I won't call you a loser, Tyler, but I will make a sad face.
I just call him a loser because I'm jealous of him, I guess.
Dude.
I tried to save this, but I can't.
He's a pretty awesome dude, so I think you have every right to be jealous of
He's
him
pretty cool.
in some way.
He's pretty cool.
So yeah, should we move on to some news?
Let's do it.
Cool. There wasn't a ton of news this week.
There was some interesting.
There is some good stuff to talk about for sure.
Yes.
You want to lead us off?
So I don't remember seeing. Actually, I just remembered another trailer, and I forgot to write it down.
Oh.
Did you see the Greenland trailer?
No.
So
This is the Gerard Butler one.
Yes.
I think I saw Gerard Butler, and honestly,
You
these
just
days,
went, I know what this movie.
when I see Gerard Butler starring in movie, I'm like, I can replace that with any Gerard Butler movie.
Listen, I'm just really glad to know he can keep getting work.
Yeah.
It's good to know. But man, stop making disaster movies. Come on. This is like
Is it what? It is? Okay.
It's like all these meteors are crashing into Earth, and the only safe place is in Greenland or something. I was paying half attention because
I feel like
I just was guessing that it was Gerard Butler disaster movie.
Gerard Butler was probably like, I'd really like to go to Greenland and film a movie. And he was like, here, take $50,000 and write a script that puts me in Greenland. And that's probably how this movie got made.
For the majority of it, they're just trying to survive in the U.S. or wherever they're at, and there's just asteroids plummeting everywhere, and they get hit by a shockwave, and they're like, But it looks. Remember when you watched the trailer for Geostorm? And you went, oh, Yeah, that.
Okay,
I just
cool.
went, oh.
I'm ready to be
I
pleasantly disappointed.
I hope every Gerard Butler movie that comes out is always that one that's like, whoa, this is actually good. It may have been Olympus Has Fallen, and we're just never gonna get another one. But
look, he can't do worse than like Gods of Egypt, right?
You know, I'd forgotten about that movie. I'd also have never seen it.
Oh boy, it
did
is.
you see it?
Oh yeah, we found it on a streaming service one time, I think, or maybe rented it from Redbox. It's bad.
My time is too precious to watch a movie that I know is going to be that awful. Unless
here's the deal,
it's
though. It's 2020, and what new movies are out that you've seen? Exactly, you have time.
I haven't seen Bloodshot yet, and I'd like to see that. First Cow is coming to streaming services, and I hear that's good. That movie, it looks so bad, and it's just the whole thing's whitewashed. I don't think I could do it.
Do we have that's fair. I get that. Totally valid argument there.
If we do a fanboy roast,
yes,
I would treat myself.
What was the other one we were talking about? Artemis Fowl. Here you go. Let us know on Twitter. Would you rather us do an Artemis Fowl roast or a Gods of Egypt roast?
Oh, it's gonna end up in a tie, and we're gonna have to do both.
Yes, please make a tie. I would love that. I want to do both.
We're doing them at the same time.
Can we just do back to back?
No, same time.
Just put them up, dual screen. One, headphone in each ear.
Headphone in each ear and
mic'd up.
But yeah, that movie looks bad. But also, I don't know. I might be excited. We'll see.
Is there a movie that looks better?
Something I'm actually surprised by. The DC animated universe is getting rebooted. After they just finished Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Me and Tyler were big fans. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
And they're moving on now they're starting over with a Superman movie. It's called Superman Man of Tomorrow. They had released like pictures and stuff, and I was not a fan of the animation I had been seeing. I wasn't a huge fan of the voice cast. But I gotta say, I watched the trailer and I was pretty impressed. I thought it looked good. Even the animation, it's different. I'm hoping to be pleasantly surprised by it. And it looks like a different type of Superman origin story where he's not the first superhero. Like Martian Manhunter shows up. Lobo shows up. Do you know who Lobo is?
I remember seeing him when we did like a DC fan cast thing. So like I saw him on the Wikipedia page. Okay. I know nothing about him.
He's a giant man who rides a space motorcycle and he hunts people. He's a bounty hunter. But he rides a motorcycle through space.
Ooh.
It's pretty great. And he's always chasing down Superman.
Okay. So could we get I'm feeling like, not that this was ever about fan casting. I heard motorcycle and superhero movie and I thought Nick Cage could play him.
Oh my gosh.
Ghost Rider returns as Lobo.
I mean, you can never miscast Nick Cage. The fan cast that always goes around is Jason Momoa because he looks exactly like him. And he would do great.
That's right, the long kind of curly hair and
the drunk badassery attitude that he has, always yelling. He would be perfect. It's very typecast, but he would do good.
Yeah.
Then I have game trailers. Do you?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, let's. I've been talking a lot. Might need to kind of rest my voice.
Sure. So we got a number of game trailers, and if you were like looking for it, you could find like a bunch of. No, I know what I'm talking about. I just find it weird looking so far this way because I want to interact with Battle Rifle, who's in the chat. How's it going, man?
How's it going, Battle Rifle?
Hey,
what's up?
We should get real close, but talk real quiet. It's a little like ASMR.
It's free real estate.
You're still too quiet, man. I'm telling you.
Some people will turn it up way high to hear what I said there.
That's unfortunate. So yeah, we got some new gameplay and cinematic. I think that's the thing though. I can't tell what's cinematic and what's gameplay for Cyberpunk 2077.
Yep.
They had kind of a little reveal stream thing, and then certain reviewers had gotten like 4 hours of gameplay. So
hearing good things.
pretty positive
Yeah.
review. I mean, impressions.
Yeah, I mean, plus they're going to allow you access to the part of the game that they know won't suck.
Yeah.
It's like, why can't I go in here? Oh, you haven't unlocked it yet. In reality, it's just a blank room because they haven't built it yet.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, there's a new trailer, and they kind of showed off, what was it called? Brain Dance? It's kind of like detective mode from Arkham.
Yeah.
Where you'll be able to learn more about the world and investigate different stuff. And it looked pretty cool. It's pretty tutorial-y.
Yeah, it was definitely like here's how you're gonna get introduced to it in the game, and it's basically a tutorial.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty cool feature. I thought
it was interesting that like it's not like you can't just see everything.
Right.
It's only actually stuff that is in people's line of sight.
Yeah.
That you'll be able to use, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how much it's used in gameplay. And because it's one of those things that I think I'll probably forget about. Like, I won't want to
You'll be
spend
20 hours in. And you'll be
I
like,
won't
don't
want to spend a lot of time in that. I won't, but it probably has really cool implications for certain levels of the game and how you can complete certain missions.
Yeah, and I wonder too, like because I know you can be a gun strength person, or you can be a net runner, I think they call it, where you're more stealth and hacking. And I wonder if you build the net runner up, if like you can do like weird crazy stuff with that, more so than a person who's going to be punching people would. I'm a puncher. Titan. Crayons. No, I'll probably build a in between.
Yeah.
But yeah, that game looks good. The other thing they announced with it was Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Yeah, the anime.
Yeah, it's going to be an anime from Trigger. We're not really ones to talk a lot about anime.
We don't.
But when I got on the Twitter and everybody was like, yo, Trigger's making this. Heck yes. It really made me excited to watch this. Because I guess they have a really good reputation. They've made some really good stuff. So count me in. And it's going to be a couple years, I think, before everything went down, I think is what they said. Separate story from everything, new characters. I wish more games would do that. Destiny. Make spin-off little shows or things. Is he still sending questions in?
Yeah. We're going to have so many Fanbox questions
We
this
need to
week.
get moving, or else this short episode is going to turn into a 3-hour episode.
Hey, we can save some for next week. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
We'll split them up.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to watch that. Looks good. Another trailer that we got. And do you have more Cyberpunk stuff?
No, that was good.
Before I move on,
It was a good recap.
there was another story trailer for the Marvel's Avengers game, and it was more story based. We found out who the villain is. It's MODOK.
Looks funny. But
MODOK is weird. He's a giant square man with a face with tiny little legs, and he like hovers around. He's weird. I still don't know about this game.
I was gonna say this is the best it's looked in terms of like most compelling for me.
I agree with that.
That said, it still doesn't seem like something that's really up my alley.
Which is weird because it looks super. It's single player-y. I mean, you're going to be able to go in with friends and do the stories, but it looks like it's a story-oriented, mission-based game, which is stuff I really like. Like I just played The Last of Us, and it's just a story. But I mean, when I like watch this and I hear about like loot and stuff and how all that's going to work, and it's like you can get the different costumes to do different things for you. And it's like, I mean, they have like 4 powers, and it's like, how much is going to change, and is that something I really want to be worried about? And it's the loot thing that really worries me. Also, I still think the characters' faces look whack. Something about it is just weird.
I think we have just such tight connections to
the MCU,
to the cinema, the MCU versions of these characters, that anything that looks different outside of comics, I think comics you can get away with because they're stylized enough typically. With games that are attempting to approach more and more photorealism, like that doesn't look like my Captain America.
or it just looks too close.
Maybe it is, yeah. Well,
Like Tony Stark has the same beard, and
oh yeah,
it looks like they tried to put Scarlett Johansson's face into whoever's.
it's like we know
Black
we know we
Widow.
we don't want to pay them more to like actually use their faces.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make them look like them, but we know we can't get away with exactly them.
I'm glad Billy Ray Cyrus is getting into video games. Thor, I'm expecting to just go full country some of the time and start playing the guitar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I want to be excited for that game because I love the Avengers. I love Marvel. I just feel like something is holding me back from like being super excited for it. I wonder too if it's Square Enix
Could be.
because I played what was the game? What's the girl? Tomb Raider.
Oh,
3,
yeah.
Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah.
The team that made those is making this, which gives me a little hope. But Tomb Raider 3 wasn't that good.
Wasn't that a spin-off studio? I think it was.
Maybe.
I think it was a different studio that did
Did the third one.
that did the third one.
Man, what a letdown. The story was awful. The tombs were good. The story was so stupid. Oh my gosh.
But okay.
We also got a lot of Kamala Khan footage. I think it's really cool that she's in the game.
Yeah.
She's not really been in anything except the comics.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's been in some of the animated shows, but to see her really take center stage is really cool.
Yep.
Also,
Agreed.
stretchy powers.
Yeah. I wondered how those would really look. They look good.
Yeah, they do look good.
Yeah. Now I can actually like imagine a good Fantastic Four. Mr. Fantastic is the only one I worry about.
Come on, Fantastic Four.
Oh, and then we got a little bit of a teaser for Halo Infinite.
For what?
And Brett's hype levels. Don't do this to me. We did this with Destiny
What game is this?
for 2 years.
What game is Halo Infinite? Is that like a sequel to something? Just kidding. Okay, I won't do it. I could help myself.
Yes, we had a little teaser. It was pretty much just an audio file, but it was revealed who we assume are going to be at least one of the antagonists, if not the main antagonist, and that is the Banished. And if you have no idea who the Banished are, you clearly didn't play Halo Wars 2.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't know there was a Halo Wars 2.
Yeah, not a lot of people do. And it's a good game, though.
I knew there was a 1. I didn't know that.
You knew there was one. Well, yeah, because it was created by a freaking Ensemble. And then Microsoft shut them down literally as they published that game.
And we're live. No, you're not. But we went gold. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
You get no credit. See,
I wish Tyler was here to kind of talk about that. I think he likes Halo more than I do. I enjoy the story of Halo a lot. I think it's really fun. But gosh, I can't get into the multiplayer. It's so hard for me. But I think I'm starting to get excited for Halo.
Yeah.
Which is good. Because that game is going to be pretty.
It's gonna be gorgeous.
Really pretty on the Series X.
Man, even just those like tech demo tests that they showed us 2 years ago were really amazing, and that was 2 years ago.
I remember just Halo 3 on the 360, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so."
Dude, Halo 3 is in. It's on the MCC. I think it's in their like flight program right now on PC, and some of like the 4K shots they're getting off of that, and that's not remastered at all. That's just like up-res.
The game, yeah.
Oh, so good. Halo has such good art direction. I'm really, really excited that they've talked about how Halo Infinite is going to be returning to kind of the roots of that like original Halo trilogy, kind of that look.
Whoever at Bungie, and it's probably the guy at V1.
Marcus?
Yeah. Because he did a lot of the stuff for Master Chief, didn't he?
He did initial drawings. He wasn't. I don't know how much he did.
Okay.
I'll ask him.
But whoever does the art at Bungie, you're doing really good. because you do stuff for Destiny and the old stuff for Halo. I know it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
new
yeah.
stuff, but keep it going. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
And whoever is doing it, also 343, you're also killing it. So
Yeah.
I'm getting excited for Halo, which is good because I felt bad like the other week when you were talking about Halo. I was like, I'm not really that excited for it.
Well, now you've gotten The Last of Us through your system,
That's true,
so
that's
maybe
true.
that's it.
It was. I will say it felt really good to go unmute 50 things on Twitter all related to Last of Us. Like,
Yeah.
like the muted. I felt like, man, can't trust anybody these days.
So I think my last little point there, if you're a Halo fan or you're like remotely interested in Halo and you're like, who are the Banished? There's a couple really good recap videos out there, or go find Halo Wars 2. I think it's on Game Pass, honestly. But if it's not, go find it for like $5 probably.
Yeah, it's probably not that much.
Probably not that expensive. And like it's a really good Halo Wars is a really good RTS game. It translated that what is Halo into an RTS really, really well. So and man, I am super excited to see some of the unique units that were in Halo Wars and Halo Wars 2 hopefully come into like to come up against like a Locust.
I saw somebody tweet like, they're like, if we're bringing back the Banished from Halo Wars 2, what about this? And it was like a giant two-legged tank monster type thing.
Yeah.
Big laser gun on it.
The
I was
beetle looking thing.
Maybe. I don't know. There was a lot.
There was a number of things.
I thought it kind of reminded me of something from like Titanfall.
Okay.
I think.
Was it?
It was just a Titanfall.
So they have a couple different units. I don't know what the long, like the wider. It's kind of a wider, flat one that kind of walks like that.
That's the one I was thinking of.
And then there's one with 4 legs, and it's kind of a skinnier tube-like thing. It's kind of like if you put a Banshee on legs, except it's much bigger. It's much bigger. That's called a Locust. It's a really cool unit. It's one of my favorite ones. So, and the Banished have this really cool like scrap metal look. They're like red and black and like steel, but it's like they took Covenant stuff and they're like, we got to make it look our own. So they like just kind of put things on it.
They're brutes, aren't they?
So
some of them.
It's a whole collection of species, kind of like the Covenant. But essentially they kind of schismed away. Right, they were banished. And like, formed this.
You suck.
And even in the books, they've kind of talked about how they are even like starting to recruit humans, like drug, like whatever the crime lord syndicates would be out in space.
Space Force is gonna stop them though.
Space Force is gonna. So yeah, super excited for that. Can't wait to see more this month.
Yeah. The Xbox thing is July 15th, 16th?
Yeah,
something?
I don't know if they've actually shared a date.
Just July.
I think they've said July.
Maybe it'll be July 1st.
I doubt it.
That's Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
It could happen.
It could. One day of a preview, warning.
By the way, tomorrow we're going live with all this Xbox stuff.
Any other trailers?
I don't have any more trailers.
Okay. What other news we got?
First thing I have is Pirates of the Caribbean related.
Yeah.
So Pirates of the Caribbean is being rebooted, but then also there's going to be a spin-off. And it turns out Margot Robbie is going to be the lead, and she's bringing along her writer from Birds of Prey and the Batgirl and the Flash. WB loves that girl.
Yeah.
But they're going over to Disney to make a spin-off female-led Pirates of the Caribbean reboot as well.
This is a
spin-off. This isn't
This
actual
isn't an actual This is not a reboot of
Jack
Pirates.
Sparrow, yeah.
This is
That's how I understood it.
Okay.
How it seemed.
I feel like this is one of those things where there's not a real because what it's based off of is a freaking ride at Disneyland. There's not like a real continuity canon thing. I feel like what they're doing is just saying, okay, like this this series of movies that is focused around Jack Sparrow that exists in this universe.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're doing a Pirates of the Caribbean in this kind of different universe.
On the other side of the island, this happens.
So it's less of a in the same world and more of a, hey, here's another fun pirate movie, and we're going to call it Pirates of the Caribbean because we know how important recognizable IP is to moviegoers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I was not that interested in that until they said the words Margot Robbie.
Oh, yeah.
Just, it's in, because I'm a huge fan of Margot Robbie, and I really liked Birds of Prey a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you can count me on board. I'll be excited for that one.
Yeah. Same. We got a few delays.
Yeah.
We got
Listen, can we just
I know. I feel like this is more of a we don't need to talk about it. If this is just information.
Yeah, it's just they keep delaying it by 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like just to move everything to October, how about? So we don't have to keep getting our hopes
Dashed.
slashed and thrashed and dashed and thrown outside and trampled all the time. I mean, they're like, theaters we're open July 10th. Nope, 31st. Tenet's coming out July 17th. They're still doing it. Nope, 31st. Nope, August. Well, that's probably not going to happen either.
Yeah. So obviously I wouldn't write any of this down because it's probably going to get delayed again. AMC delayed opening from mid-July to August 7th, which I think came in direct response to the fact that both Tenet got moved from the end of July to August 12th, and Mulan got moved to August 21st. Obviously, they want to be open before those things release.
Yeah. I've also been seeing that just New York is still going to be closed.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be a lot of places that are still closed.
And how that's such a big market, and they're not going to open the rest if New York can't open, which is...
I definitely expect Regal
makes sense.
to announce something similar in the days ahead.
Yeah.
Where it's like, just kidding. Although I think in some areas, it seems like they some might be open already. I don't know.
Maybe smaller
Towns?
Yep.
I see people talking. I know the drive-ins are open.
Yeah.
There's like drive-in movies.
That's what they should do at Regal. In Wichita, we have a giant IMAX building. It's white. Just set up a projector on it,
on the
let us
outside.
tune to the radio station, and sit there and watch a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
We should just go to that drive-in. Go crazy.
I know, right? We go see
Whatever's playing.
something.
Artemis Fowl.
Nope.
Bloodshot. And
Nope.
Gods of Egypt.
Nope. Not worth it. Although we could knock out our
commentary.
Our commentary.
Just set a mic right on the in the console.
Exactly.
We can all just yell about it. This movie sucks. Gosh, I'll probably end up liking it. Just because it's the first movie I've seen in forever.
What else you got?
Twister is getting rebooted. Did you see this?
Cool. I don't know. I feel like
Of all the movies that needed to be rebooted, Twister was definitely at the top, I would say.
We're at the point where we've done as big as Geostorm, so now it's like scaling it back down.
I can respect that. But this is the same thing as Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. It's the name Twister.
Yeah. It's because it's called Twister. If it was called
Haters.
Storm Chasers in Oklahoma, you wouldn't get anyone to go see it.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they bring back old casts? Do you think this is a reboot sequel? Or do you think this is straight up, we're just making another tornado movie and we're calling it Twister, and people will succeed again because of that title?
I think the best possible or the most likely scenario, if they do want to include old cast, is cameos. They'd maybe do something similar to like what Ghostbusters has done in the past, where it's like, hey, here's this character. Do you remember them?
Hi.
They're not really important in the story, but yeah, that would be my guess.
Mm-hmm.
So
anyway, that will come and go.
Yeah. We had a couple of actors and shows talk about recasting this week.
Yeah.
Family Guy, basically a bunch of Seth MacFarlane stuff. Well, I guess not all, but Seth MacFarlane's The Simpsons, and I guess not The Simpsons. He's into The Simpsons. Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
They're recasting Cleveland because a black character being voiced by I think a white man. I'm actually not 100% sure on his nationality, but I think it's a white man. And then the Simpsons are retiring Abu.
Yeah. And they're getting rid of... They're recasting all the voices that are of color in there. And then the other one that I thought was interesting, I feel like this was the first... Jenny Slate for Big Mouth. And almost forgot this one, Kristen Bell for Central Park, which is Apple TV's little musical comedy thing. It only has one season out right now. And I actually just thought of that because I watched an episode earlier today. So that's a fun little show. I haven't talked about that one. It's kind of a cute little like musical show. It's never leaves you sad. So that's a change.
Yeah,
everything's depressing.
But she voiced a biracial character, and she stepped down.
I've never watched Big Mouth. I've never watched any of these. I've seen a couple episodes of Simpsons.
Yeah,
but I think Jenny Slate was first, and I think her quote, extreme paraphrasing, but she was like, my character was half white, half black, and Jewish, so I felt like because I'm Jewish, I was justifying taking the role. Yeah. But then she's like, but I'm taking that away from somebody, so I decided to step away from it. Yeah. Which I respect.
I think that's really honorable. Yeah, for sure.
I think it's really cool.
I think it's easy as a... And I'm going to say this as someone who's absolutely not famous. I think it's easy...
What the fanboy?
When you have that name recognition and studios want your name on their poster to be like, okay, yeah, like I'll do that. Because, and you got to remember, it's not just them talking with a studio. You have an agent who's like taking in all these different things and trying to pitch you what shows or movies to do, and working with a schedule. And so it's more than just like, oh, I want that role, I get that role. It's definitely a balance of things, and I commend all of these actors and actresses and studios who are deciding to give people of color more voice. So, yeah.
Kind of on the same subject.
Go for it.
There was somebody cast in a movie, and it cost so many $1 million for them to be cast because they're a robot. Anyway, on the topic of inclusion, I don't think robots are really struggling for acting positions because they shouldn't be acting if they're a robot. I don't understand this at all. Like, it's for a specific role in a movie where they wanted to use a robot, but
so
can you explain it to me?
No, I can't, because why do you not just... I don't understand the...
That's what actors are paid for, is to act like a robot, like, or an AI, I guess. It's a robot AI. Like, Scarlett Johansson in Her. She's an AI. And she comes across as an AI. I guess she did her job well. Like,
right.
An AI that seems human, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
well, I didn't dive real deep into the story.
I thought it was so stupid I stopped reading it.
Okay. If it's one of those things where it's like we want realism, then I don't know why you don't get an actor. If you want it to be more AI-ish or more robotic, then you just hire an animatronics team, and then you hire a voice actor, and whatever. That's dumb.
Her name's Erica, which I think is kind of funny.
Hey, Leroy's in the chat. What's up, my man?
Hey, man.
Welcome back. It's been a while. I feel like I haven't seen you.
Erica.
Glad to have you here.
Actor. Doing weird Googling here. The AI robot Erica is starring as the AI robot character after her creators, Japanese scientist Roshi Ishiguro, and I can't pronounce this, I'm sorry, taught her how to act by applying method acting principles to her artificial intelligence programming. So it's a movie about a robot learning how to be an actor. Get out of here. Come on. Get out of here. Give that role to somebody who can... That's so stupid.
It's probably...
That's like 5 that's one big movie.
Yeah.
Or 20 small ones.
Yeah.
You could be doing... Oh my gosh. I cannot believe
It's just an unrealistic amount of money.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's creepy looking. I'm closing that. Sorry, they had a picture of a robot.
Get that out of here.
Woo!
What else you got? Give me some good news. You have any good news?
I have some more dumb news.
Okay, why not?
This actually isn't news. This was something that I was just kind of irritated by as well. This is my last story.
Hit me with it.
All the Snyder Justice League stuff, there's just an article about it every day.
Oh, yeah.
And
I get them clicks.
This person on Twitter, it was Grace Randolph. I don't know if people watch her or not, but she's like, I've known for a while or something that Ryan Reynolds is coming back as Green Lantern in Zack Snyder's Justice League. And to that I say, no way.
Did she steal our random news generator and make up some news?
The Spider-Man thing happened too, like the next day, except without Donald Glover.
Yeah.
There is no way that this person that hates this movie, rags on this movie all this time, would be like, yeah, heck yeah, I'll come back for this movie that's totally different, doesn't make any sense, and everybody really hated that movie. And it almost kind of probably destroyed his career for a year or two.
Yeah, he's a big enough name that he was fine, but it did I think it did kind of tarnish his name.
Yeah.
Until he did Deadpool.
Yeah. And he did Wolverine too.
That's right.
Where he got to play
Deadpool.
But the reason I wanted to bring this up is because I feel like scoopers, use that term loosely, are just throwing stuff at the wall because it is so easy to get clicks on a DC news story, especially if it's related to Zack Snyder's Justice League. And the Snyder cult, I'm sorry I'm bunching you into one group, and I don't mean to. You just eat it up. You just eat it up. You're like, oh wow, Grace is she's such a good source too. She's usually right most of the time. This is definitely true. Also, Ryan Reynolds has been super supportive of the Snyder Cut. Here's him making a joke about it at Comic-Con. It's like, what? No. He literally made fun of it. He doesn't care about it. Keep buying. I don't know. And you know what? This is all just me speculating. He could be coming back, and I would poop myself because
he's not coming back.
But just
no way.
I feel
he's coming
that
back.
Scoopers and reporters who write about these superhero movies are just feeding off desperate DC fans who are willing to click and talk about anything, whether it be good or bad.
Yeah.
If it's something bad, they will come at you all day.
Yeah. Oh
all
gosh.
day.
Yeah. They do not let up.
It's
We just need to
too much for Luke.
Just take a step back. Not you. I'm talking about them.
I probably
and
should
breathe.
Too. I need people to take a couple days and just a couple days and just be grateful. Just be content. Just be happy that Snyder's Justice League is coming.
We have to get Batfleck trending.
That's right. We have to get Batfleck as an HBO series. Of course that would be amazing. Of course it would. Just relax for a day or two, please. I can't take it. Just the constant whining and badgering of HBO Max to demand you get something that you didn't get in the first place. It's so irritating. It's so irritating. I'm done.
Okay. You're good. Hey, you got it. Breathe. In any case, hey, real quick plug. If you're excited about the Snyder Cut and you're
This is right. This is
in love with What the Fanboy, you can go over to whatthefanboy.com/merch and get our new Fanboy Cut t-shirt. Zack Snyder's
Justice League inspired What the Fanboy shirt.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Got the Fanboy shield on it.
And all the proceeds do not go to us. They go to a great cause. It's
the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
Yes.
100% of the proceeds go to them.
Not us.
Yeah. It's a good cause. Figured why not? There's no reason for us to get that money when
Yeah,
it can go
we
somewhere good.
Here's the deal. Our merch don't bring in that much money, so like we would love for you guys to just blow all of our other sales out and buy this for that and not us. So I'm not saying that as like we didn't think we were gonna lose money. No, like it's a good cause. We want to give to it. We want to support it.
Yeah. And it's where the original idea of the shirt went to. They went to that charity.
Yep.
So.
Exactly.
Why not? You know, why not help? It's nice to help.
It is. Hey, these days we're all in this together.
Yes.
We got. I feel like we need to do the high five thing. I don't know why I slapped your.
I don't either.
Well, you said it out there.
My head was down. I was going for woo.
What was I gonna do? Oh,
we're a team. We're in this together.
Okay. Visual gags for those of you who are listening. I apologize.
I love doing visual gags for the people who do the podcast. I specifically do them for you.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, Luke, what do we want to do next? Do we want to? We don't.
Did we get any Fanbox questions?
Yeah, we did. First off, I want to shout out to my friend Ragashingo over on Twitter. Oh, 10 new notifications.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. He has supplied us with about 3 weeks worth of questions.
You're gonna have to put those all in a spreadsheet and just delete them as we go through them.
We're gonna go through some of these here. But let's hit up the first one who came in. Thank you to my better half. I know it's hard to imagine that I have a better half as the beautiful Brett Eitzen, but I do.
It's not.
Fun fact. Oh, wow. I feel that was very hurtful.
Mean, you're so great. I mean, she's clearly better, so.
Okay. Well, she asked us if you could quote only one movie for the rest of forever, what would it be? So one movie to quote. You can't quote other movies. I assume you can still talk outside of this.
Oh, that would be awesome. You can
only talk in quotes.
I'll let you go, little kitty cat. That would be very interesting.
That would be very, very tough.
I did have time to think about this. I don't know if it's what I would really want, but in this moment, I feel like I couldn't. Oh my God.
The podcast going crazy. He's got a Lego.
Don't eat.
Simon, bring the Lego up here.
Kitty. Oh, did his food just drop?
No.
Oh,
yeah, probably.
I thought I heard a kertunk.
It's possible.
But he has the little Lego bush in his mouth.
Drop it.
Anyway. I feel like I would choose Hot Rod.
Yes.
There's so many great one-liners in that movie that I'm not willing to give up. Just the cool beans in itself. Whenever I go to my parents' house, they have this bell on the outside of their house, and I always, when I walk by it, I think I do it every time I ring it. I think, bing, 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 and I reenact that scene from the movie.
I love it.
I don't know if that's technically a quote, but I'm counting it as a quote.
It works for me.
I'd have to go with Hot Rod.
I accept it as a quote.
Yes.
And I accept your answer. That's fantastic. I feel like it's super cliche, but I love me some Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, yes.
There's like a quote for every situation in there, and they're all so ridiculous. So.
What's the word that hurts them? Like
the.
Why'd you say that? I said the word. I said it again. What an all-time class. That's a good choice as well.
I'm happy with that choice.
I like that choice.
It's a good one. Okay, and then before we get to all the raga questions, Zach asked if the sun is a star, how come it's round? Did we do this one recently?
No, I think it was if the sun. There's the food.
So you know when the food drops.
It's not a kerchunk, it's a ding-a-ling-a-ling. I gotta remember that.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Next time, I'm gonna try and remember to run after it too and beat him there.
Okay, good luck.
I don't know if I can do that.
Getting through that cat door.
I think they asked something else, like about the sun rays.
Okay.
But why is it round? Because the sun is it's real. It's no square.
Ooh.
It ain't no square. 7 weenie.
If the sun is a star.
It's a square. Oh, the Sandlot, man. That'd be a good one to quote for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
He's a square, Vinny. A square.
Yeah. If the sun is a star, how come it's round? Because a circle can also be a star if it's... I don't either.
It can also be a circle. Can also be a star, but a star can also I don't know.
A star can't be a circle, but a circle can be a star. Therefore, the sun can be a circle and a star.
It's not a circle though. It's a sphere.
Oh! Awesome. All right. Well, let's hop into some questions from Raga because
I love space.
after I
Also gravity.
after we tweeted,
answer.
he said challenge accepted.
Oh no.
Ooh, I like this one. This fall, macOS is turning up to 11. So for like a decade, we've had macOS 10, and all the different versions have been 10.1, 10.2, whatever, so on and so forth. Collectively, can you come up with a top 11 list of things involving the number 11? Ooh. So things that involve 11.
Is that a baker's dozen?
No.
What's a baker's
13.
dozen? Ah, darn it. 11. I'm just Googling 11.
Yeah, what do we got?
11 by Venus Williams. It's Venus Williams brand.
Oh.
11 from Stranger Things.
Oh,
There's
there we
one.
go. Okay, so 11 from Stranger Things.
11. It's in the dictionary. 11 definition. A number that is one more than 10. In case you're wondering. What an awesome definition. My mind is blown. Let's go to news. That cat got hair in my mouth when I held it. Darn it. 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. Phil Simms wore the number 11 for the Chicago Bears, it looks like.
Oh, Yao Ming.
Yao Ming?
Love Yao Ming. I had a life-size poster of Yao Ming.
Did that fit in your house?
Yes.
Wow.
Somehow. I had it on the ceiling at college. It's the only place it fit. Jeez. There's a lot going on here. What if I Google just the number?
Ooh,
and just type
numerology. Let's see what number 11 means in numerology.
I'm going to books.
Oh, is there a series of books that has 11 books in it?
No, the tragedy in an American history came up, and that's not a good thing.
Oh, no.
Not a top moment with 11. iPhone 11. It's the only thing that came up in images. Maps. This is tough, man.
I think the answer to Raga's question is no. We cannot come up with a list of 11 things that involve
You heard
the
it here
number
first.
11.
11 is the worst number.
Yep. Let's move on to his next question because I think this one's a little easier. It's multiple choice. Glue, staples, or paper clips? Or a crazy cat?
I'm gonna go with crazy cat. I'd go with paper clips. Personally, at work, it's what I use when I bunch stuff together.
I'm gonna go with staples.
I've put staples in my finger before.
Oh,
when I was a dumb little kid, like 2
Yeah.
years ago.
That sounds about right.
Glue, I feel like never works, especially if it's a glue stick. What a waste of time.
Yeah, no, I'll go with Staples. I think it's
Paperclip v. Staples, Dawn of Office Supplies.
Here's the deal.
Coming 20.
Staples, you get too many papers in there, that staple becomes unreliable. It is gonna fall off. With Staples, or with paper clips will slide off. With Staples, you can just get bigger staples, or you can appropriately bunch them and then stack them nice and neat.
You're absolutely right.
But here's the deal: glue. You try and take anything apart after you've glued it, and it's just a mess.
Yeah.
So, glue's the worst. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Glue's the worst.
Good. Glue sticks were created just for kids to eat, Siebel says.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's true. It's the first introduction to drugs. Where do those little black pincher things?
Ooh, those might top Staples for me.
Okay.
Because they're more secure than a paper clip, but not as permanent as a staple.
Some that are like,
oh yeah,
like they're bigger than an alligator.
Yeah.
I would probably pick those two.
Also,
but between paper clips and staples, I'd still go paper clips.
Maybe the real thing these days is, are you using that much paper in a digital world that you need to like collate things together?
Email.
Yeah, right. Oh. All right.
Kingston
and again,
11 cuisine.
We're gonna keep reading off questions from Raga because he's got us a number of them. Today I saw a rumor that some movie theaters plan to re-release fan favorite movies to help fill their seats. Which movies would you risk wheezing death to see one final time in the theater? Again, there's a good chance if you go to the theater here in Raga's question, that you are going to catch sickness and die. So like,
it's confirmed you will die if you go.
I think so. Would you? Oh, maybe not confirmed. There's a good chance. What would you risk? You're risking it.
And I have to risk it.
You have to risk it.
Okay. Whichever one comes out first.
But it's a re-release of a fan favorite. So
2001 or Interstellar.
Ooh, dang.
And if I can only pick one,
choices.
It's just which one comes first.
Okay.
If they're out,
it's a coin toss for you.
Yeah. If they're out at the same time, I would probably go Interstellar because it is one of my favorite movies and it is my favorite sci-fi. So
that's a freaking good one.
Or Hot Rod.
No. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. No.
What a way to go.
Right? I'm going to throw out. So this is a re-release of a fan favorite. If they would show Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King, the extended edition, I would risk it for that.
Excuse me.
I would risk it for that. I would also risk it for 2001 or Interstellar. But Return of the King, baby.
You might have just changed my mind with Return of the King extended version. Can we just get the bootleg version that's all 3 extended versions with 6 intermissions?
6 intermissions, yeah. Because that's like
I'll do that.
That's like a 15-hour thing right there.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Over in the chat, Siebel says Jurassic Park. Final answer. That's also, Jurassic Park is like up there for one of my favorite movies of all time. I've never been able to see it in a theater. Because
you were 3 when it... You would have been like 4 or 5 when it came out. Didn't it come out in 95? Am I wrong? Totally wrong here?
No. I can't remember exactly. I never saw it in theater. I don't know exactly when I saw it. I think I saw it around the age of 6. So it was probably... I think it was 94. I feel like that... And that's just off the top of my head. So don't eat me alive, internet. I like that answer, though.
When did Jurassic Park enter theaters?
Google's going to tell us. Wikipedia.
June 11th, 1993.
93, okay. So.
Or June 9th if you went to the Uptown Theater.
Wow.
Were you there?
I was not.
I was 1.
I'm going to save some of these for next week when Tyler's back.
Yes.
But I'm going to skip a few here. Okay.
My kid.
That's one we need to prep for. Let's see. Oh, gas prices. How are they in your neck of the woods?
Fine.
I don't 180 something, I think, is what I paid to fill up today.
I think when I got gas
not total per gallon.
When did I get gas? A couple days ago, I feel like. It was like 182, I think.
Yeah.
Not horrible.
It's good. I mean, that's fine.
It's Kansas.
It's
so
Kansas gas.
Be way better than somewhere like California or Florida.
Gosh. When I was in LA, I was there in the fall of 2010. So we were still in the middle of our recession. Gas was like gas consistently topped $5 a gallon. And I had to drive for work. I mean, I got reimbursed well enough that it covered the costs.
That's nice.
But yeah, that was
not fun looking at that receipt.
Nope, because I had a little Honda Civic with probably a 10-gallon tank. So I was probably filling up every 8 gallons or something like that. And so that was that's a $40 tank of gas, which for the Civic and that size of a tank, that hurt.
Yeah.
As a broke college student with an unpaid internship, I only got reimbursed for travel.
Sounds like the life, man.
It was a life. Okay, let's do one more question, and then we can wrap it up a little early this week. If the rumors, oh my, well, we'll save it for next week.
No.
If the rumors of the Xbox Series S are true, and it really has a bunch less RAM than the Series X, are we looking at a general dumbing down of games on the Xbox side compared to the PlayStation side of things? So, did we get... So what Rag is talking about is we have the PS5, and then we have the PS5 digital. PS5. I cannot remember... Digital first disc. I can't remember if they had any lower specs.
I'm pretty sure it's the same.
Okay.
Very sure.
Okay. But the rumor is that for the Xbox, in order to hit a really, really low price point on that, if they are going to release a Series S, that it's going to have less RAM.
Okay. Just a cheaper option for the person that's like, I just want to play games with my kid or something to pass time. I don't care about ray tracing.
Right. Or yeah, I think it has just a lower top output. Like the Series X can output 8K. Mm-hmm. No games are going to take advantage of that right away. But I think the kind of idea is that, like, okay, if you're buying a Series S, your games are going to run freaking phenomenal at 1080p. But if you're playing games in 4K, you might actually be, like, pushing your system pretty hard.
Yeah.
But you can do it. It's just going to be pushing your system. All that to say, I'm going to circle back around to Raga's question about, are we dumbing down games on the Xbox side of things? And I don't really know. I think what we're going to be seeing this generation is more a traditional PC gaming approach, which is we're going to give you more control over how you experience your games.
What is that?
The podcat is being very loud.
Kitty. Are you stuck?
And I think we're going to get more individual control over certain aspects like graphical fidelity, frame rate, and inside of graphical fidelity, whatever that means, we have things like resolution and amount of ray tracing, those kind of like different visual fields that you can adjust more or less on the fly.
Okay.
So that would be my guess. I don't think we're probably going to get a dumbing down. I think like any other kind of split generation, even right now we see it with the Xbox One X versus the Xbox One. you have games that are definitely built, optimized for the 1X, the higher end, and then the developers will go and try to then optimize for the lower one, but it's really optimized for the high end first.
Yeah.
So obviously we don't know price points of the new Xboxes yet. My guess is if you're a serious gamer, if you game a lot, always aim for the highest quality you can get.
Mm-hmm. Ray tracing.
So
Ooh, sounds so cool.
I have a feeling things like ray tracing are going to be editable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need ray tracing in my life, or this lower end console can't really support it, so it's going to be able to be turned off.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those nice fancy things that looks really good, but it eats up an immense amount of horsepower. So I feel like the podcat is hunting.
It's looking for that Lego bush.
Simon, come here. We're gonna end the show soon. Why don't you come say hi?
Kitty.
Anyways,
I held him for 2 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He did make a brief cameo.
He's like, nope, I'm out.
He's got that Lego to play with. It's probably not safe. Maybe I should take that away from him. That is, he's playing. Oh my! Please don't tear up my cords.
Knock over the camera.
I'm not real worried about that. That's a pretty heavy duty tripod.
I think your cat's been working out though.
He's been
bench pressing.
He's been benching.
He's been working on those blue weights.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that it?
I think that's it. We're gonna save the rest for next week because Tyler's here. When hopefully, as long as Tyler's not quarantined, he'll be back next week. We'll be able to answer a few more of these questions.
Would you be my little quarantine? Sorry.
And we're gonna have fun. But until then,
go check out our merch for that shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Links for everything are at What a Fanboy, including social medias, whatafanboy.com. Maybe I should clarify. So go there for links for YouTube and SoundCloud and other podcast locations, merch, social medias, everything. Got a lot of stuff there. It's pretty cool. Brett has a Disintegration review if you're still curious about that game.
Dude, we need y'all to pick up that game and play it with us, because
I just bought a game. Because Tsushima comes out in like 2 weeks.
I get it. It's not as high as a priority for you.
I'm working on it.
I just need my boys to squat up with. So
I know. I'm working on it.
Okay. But yes, we've got some reviews over there, and obviously you can follow us at With a Fanboy on all of our social media accounts. Let us know what you think of the show. We don't really plug our email much, but you can email us at whatthefanboy@gmail.com if you got feedback.
I feel like we haven't even gotten a spam email in there for a while.
I know.
Should probably go check to make sure that hasn't been hacked or something.
Right? And we would love it if you guys who are listening, wherever you're listening, if it allows you to review.
Yeah.
Give us
iTunes,
a review.
Yeah.
I think we had at one point teased a little thing, and then coronavirus happened.
Coronavirus.
But here's the deal. I'm just gonna throw this out there. At some point in the near future, I want to have a little giveaway, and if you've left a review on, it doesn't even have to be a positive review because I'm not gonna make you do that. I want you to be honest. Please give us 5 stars. If you leave a review and if your username isn't like real recognizable, just like tweet at me, DM me, or send us an email. We'll do a giveaway where we'll give away something cool.
Got some ideas of things we could give away.
We
talked about it a bit.
We have a couple different things. Tyler was working on something cool.
I have something that I think would be super easy to give away too.
I've always got 100 things milling around up here. So if you want to get a jump start on that, just go give us a review over on iTunes.
You can have this Dr. Pepper can.
I'll sign it.
Drinking by the beautiful Brett himself.
Is it more or less valuable if I sign it?
No comment.
Okay. That means it's less. Sad day. with that, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll throw up Tyler's